Alright, what I have here is a piece of wood I found. It's 1 inch by 1 inch by 3 inches. And since I did the little face, now I've done this before. I've carved figures out of blocks of wood, and then I've carved figures that are cut out. I prefer to cut them out. And I want to say now, a lot of people I know don't have a bandsaw. I understand they don't. So they have to just carve from a block of wood. But if you can get you a bandsaw and get you a decent one, please do. Go to eBay, something like that. I'm not a big fan of tabletop bandsaws. You can use them. Tabletop bandsaws are okay when you have smaller work, like maybe up to 2 inch work. That's about it, because they bog down too much. They don't have the power. I have a 14-inch Delta with it, 1 inch a 1 horsepower motor on it. And without a 1 horsepower motor, it's hard to really cut through thick pieces of wood. So you want to be careful. But I tell you, a bandsaw, and don't substitute a scroll saw for it, because a scroll saw is really just not like a bandsaw. It's not. I know you have to, pay a little bit more, but a bandsaw is a wood carver's best tool. To me, it is. I use my bandsaw more than anything. I really do. So I'm just saying that to me, it's the best tool. But I know a lot of carvers don't have that. So I'm going to show you again how we carve a regular little figure out of a piece of wood, just a block of wood. Now, there are 3 parts to a figure: the head, the body, and the shoes. I'm going to come up about a 1/2 inch, and that's all you're going to do. That's about a 1/2 inch where my shoes are going to be. Okay. Now my head, on a figure like this, it's going to be about 1/3 of, so 3 inches, it would put it at about 1 inch, okay. So let's take that inch and put it right here and put it right there. And we're just going to kind of bring that up there like that. So, now you have your head, your body, and your shoes, okay, on your figure. So take your knife. First of all, what I want to do is just go ahead and round off. Now, if you want to do a hat, then we're talking different situations. If you want to do a hat, then we're going to do something a little bit different here. Okay? But we're not going to do a hat. We're just going to do the head. So we'll go ahead and come up here and remove and start rounding off that head a little bit. This is where the push cut is very good. Okay, just like that. Now let's come up underneath here where the body's going to be and just make a cut across here for a minute, and this is where our head will be. See? Just like that. And we can go ahead and cut this right here and come to the back right here. and do our head. Cut across here, come from the back. And we're going to cut our head. Go ahead and make a cut right here. We separate our head from our body. Okay? We'll just come down here like this. Come down here like this. All right. Now, we want to come down to the feet, and we want to make a little cut along here. We want to go ahead and separate our shoes for our feet. This is where the push cut is very good. We want to separate. And a lot of you, I know, are learning to carve this way because you don't have bandsaws. But please, I say, if you can afford a bandsaw, get you one. Oh my goodness. To me, it is the ultimate carver's tool. It really is. I mean, you can carve out of a block of wood, but bandsaws, you can just do so much with them. And you don't have to rough out so much. Now, these small characters know a lot of roughing out. To keep doing that. And let's go ahead and, well, let's not do that right now. Let's not come back here and mess with this right now. But let's go ahead and come back here and just sort of get these edges off this basswood back here. Okay, just like that. Now, you have to determine, I'm going to go ahead and cut another. And what you're going to do is the shoes, see it here? The shoes are going to be separated right there, okay? They're going to be separated just, and you come here, take a little off, come there, take a little off. All right, now that's just to begin with, all right? See, now what have we done? We have separated our shoes from our head, shoes from our body, and a head from the body. Okay? All right. Now let's go ahead and work on our head a little bit, okay? Let's do that first. Let's work on our head. And this is a caricature, so the head can be bigger than the body. It's not a big deal. Now, I always try to tell people, what is a head like? A head to me is like an egg, okay? A head is like an egg. So I'm going to shape this head like an egg almost, okay? Before I do anything, I'm going to shape it like an egg. Okay. You see? Very similar to an egg, the way an egg looks. Kind of the here. Now, what we have to realize is that, let me go ahead and take a little bit more back here. There we go. All right. Now what we want to establish, first of all, on our head, let me take this a little bit more here. okay, is what I like to do. Now this is just my way of doing it, okay? What I like to do is to come from each side like this and bring the face forward. Just take this off here and come over here and take this off here and come over here and take this off here and come over here and take this off here. So what we produce here is now a fraction of what we will have for the nose, okay? All right? So let's put the nose somewhere around here, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and cut that. And we're just going to bring that down there like that. Make the nose. Okay? Now we can come above there. We can make another cut. For the eyes in here. We want. And then we come and we make a little cut right there. And we make a little cut right there, and we're making our nose here. Okay? Just like that. See that? We're making our nose. And then I always make it a little bit bigger. Then I just start to kind of, with my knife, bring it down. Just on both sides. Bringing the nose down. Just like that. And just like that, in other words. Come on the side a little bit. The side. And there's your nose. Then I'm gonna come back here with this, okay? Just like that. There's your nose. Now remember, I'm a flat plane carver, so things are a little bit different. Come over here and just... Alright. Now what I like to do is to come around the top up here so that I can make room for my and I'll show you what I do. And when I did the same thing with the face, I come around, I come down just like that. And then I cut from the inside. Okay? I come around, and I cut down, and I cut from the inside here. And I come up here, I cut it also. Just like that. Okay? Alright. Move a little bit in there. So basically, now I'm going to come up underneath there and I'm going to make a pretty good little cut. Because I want that to be in my face here. Okay? So then you just sort of move around the face here. Bring it down. Okay? Just like that. See that? Now, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make a little cut back this way. Cut it. Remove it. Then I'm going to come back over here, do the same thing. Make a little cut slanted like that, in other words. And that adds to the face even more, right in here. Cut it a little bit more. Alright, when that makes room here, for our ears in this area. So I take this and I make the ears larger than they should be at first, and then I just cut them down. And it's like a C. And then I take my knife and I follow that like that. And then I come from the back of it here and I take the wood off in there. You gotta be careful. I take the wood off. Right there. I want to make a little cut up the. Then I come over here and I do the same thing. I make my little C. I do the same thing. I come around it just like this. Then I come from the back of it here. I cut to give it a little depth is all. Back in there. See, to give the ears a little bit of depth. And this one, I need a little bit of cut off right there and just a little more. Alright, that looks good. And that's a little depth right there. And then over, just a minute. There it is. Now, with the ears, I take my knife and I just cut a little C again, just right in there, to give some cover to my knife here. There we go. In the inner part there. To my ear. I do the same thing over here. I come in. I cut the little let's see. So I'm just kind of looking at the face a little bit. And I want to bring this down just a little bit. There we go. Not extremely detailed, but just getting the face ready. There we go. Now, shaping that nose just a little bit. All right, see that? Now, what we want to do is just go ahead and bring, cut this away, cut this like this. And we want to decide what it is that we want, how we want to do this. How do we want to do this? And just taking this off just a little bit right here. Do we want to give him hair in a certain way? Or do we want to, I'm sorry, let me do this. I'm going to cut a little bit behind here. All right. Do we want to give him hair, or do we want to give him kind of bald in the back, or do we want to, you know, whatever we choose to do is up to us. What we want to do. I'm sorry. Got a little piece here that don't want to do right. Just kind of come up front here, flatten that just a little bit. See? Just a little bit more in here. Okay. All right. Now, we can do it several ways. We can do the face several ways. We can give him hair. We can make him a little bald. We can give him, you know, different things. I tell you what, let's go ahead and give him hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. I'm going to cut a little bit more back in here. And let's go ahead and give him a part right in here. And cut back on that. Okay? Go again, go ahead. Sorry. Give him hair like that. So I'm going to remove a little bit more off of here so that that hair stands out a little bit better. Okay? In fact, we can even go to the front here where he's got hair. All right. Now, I want to bring that nose down just a little bit more. So this is a very small face. Just like that. And let's go ahead and do our age lines for him. And we're going to come down from the edge of the nose. We're just going to come down. And we're going to make it look